Mad City is updated, and in this video I'm going to be going over everything, so let's get into it. This update isn't as big as the ones we've been getting recently, but we do know that Mad City Chapter 2 Season 3 is on its way in the next few weeks, so at least we're still getting weekly updates as we get closer to that. The first thing that we know that's in this update, and it now actually is in the main game, because we've tested it before, is the first person mode. To do this, all you've really got to do is just scroll in, and you're immediately in first person. You can see the world from your very own character now, instead of being stuck just like this. You can actually go in first person, which I think is really cool. You can use weapons in first person, you can drive vehicles, you can rob heists. It's actually pretty cool. As you can see, if you look down, you can actually see your body. If you go ahead and punch, you can also see your arms. You can actually change this though by going into the settings. There is a few new settings. Right here, you can actually change it so your body can be completely seen. It could be faded, so then if you do it like this and then look down, you can kind of see it, but it's a little bit more faded. And you can also just completely remove it just by putting hidden, and it's completely gone. See, I'm clicking, I'm punching, you can't see anything. This also works with weapons. Of course, you can use weapons in first person like I mentioned a minute ago, but you can see that you can actually see your hands here. There's actually a second setting right here which actually sorts this out if you want to. You can change your hands from faded, you can have it just completely there like we saw, or you can just completely hide it completely so your hand's just not there. Of course, the gun's still gonna be there, but the hand that holds the gun isn't there. I don't really know why you'd want to do that, because it makes it unrealistic, so I just kind of keep it on just like this, because it actually looks pretty cool. Next up, we're heading over to the docks over here, because they've actually added 2 new vehicles, and one of them is actually a brand new boat. As you can see right here, there's a red one here, which is actually called the Riptide. As you can see, it's 1.7 million. I don't know if this is the most expensive boat. I am going to go ahead and buy it, of course, just to test this thing out. Here is the boat. It actually is probably the best looking boat in my opinion. You can literally see the engines on the back. It just looks really, really clean, and it's actually the fastest boat, I'm pretty sure, in the game. There is something that's broken with this, which will actually make it even quicker, that only this boat actually has, and that is boost. They've actually put boost on this, but for some reason it's broken, just like I just said, and it's just, you can't use it right now, so hopefully that gets fixed soon. But it is still a really, really fast boat. I would say this is definitely worth the 1.7 million cash that it is, because once the boost comes back, it's just really worth it. Like, look at this. And the second vehicle is actually inside of MC Muscle's store, so if we go over there, as you can see, we have the drifter, which is now outside, and if you go inside, you can see this vehicle right here for 2 million cash. That's quite a lot for a vehicle that just kind of looks like an upgraded version of the Camaro, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it looks cool, but compared to like some of the other vehicles that are in the game that are much cheaper, I don't think this should be 2 million just from the looks of things. I'm gonna buy it anyway, and we're gonna test it out. Maybe it's like the fastest thing in the game. It probably won't be, but let's see. It's actually got boost, so at least it's got boost. This is its default engine, just keep in mind, and it is pretty slow. It's probably one of the slowest things, or at least it feels like it. With the boost, alright, with the boost it's alright, but I mean, without the boost, thank god it's got boost. Of course, that is the default engine. What I'm gonna do is just go into here, go to engine, go to supercharge, which is the fastest one that's actually here. Gonna equip it, and we're gonna be seeing if this actually makes much of a difference. Is this okay? We're off. I think this is roughly the speed that the normal engine goes if you do boost, which means if I boost now, yeah, it gets pretty quick, but it's still not as quick as you hope it'd be for 2 million cash. 2 million cash isn't really that expensive when you really think about it, but for a vehicle like this, which doesn't look too good, it just kind of, in my opinion, just looks like an upgraded version of the Camaro with a weird looking thing on the front. It looks cool, the thing on the front, but the overall vehicle is just literally like an upgraded version of the Camaro, in my opinion. The vehicle itself doesn't really go too fast unless you actually have the supercharged engine and you boost. Like, now it's doing pretty good, but at the beginning it really wasn't, so it kind of takes time to get up to this speed and everything, using the boost and all that. I don't think this is worth 2 million. I think at most it would be 1.5 million, but that's honestly just my opinion. Maybe they'll upgrade this, maybe they'll actually buff it in the future, who knows. Those were the 3 main things in the update, but there's a few little things, including that the code app is now up here instead of down here, and they've also removed the piggy shop, because I don't know why it was still in the game, because the piggy event ended like weeks ago, so I don't know why they kept the shop in the game. I don't know if they're going to be adding that launcher that they were talking about, because they have now actually removed the piggy shop, so I doubt the launcher is going to be making its way into the game. But speaking of codes, there is actually a new code. I believe it's new Riptide, just like this, and it will give you 50,000 cash. But that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and if you did, please go ahead and subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible, so if you subscribe, then that'll be good.